Have you ever wondered what happens in those first crucial moments after your soul leaves your body? What occurs in the first 7 seconds when life as you know it comes to an end and eternity begins? Most of us go through life avoiding this inevitable reality. But the Qur'an and authentic Sunnah provide us with detailed descriptions of what awaits every single soul in those opening moments of the afterlife. What I'm about to share with you isn't speculation or philosophy. These are divine revelations and prophetic teachings that describe the most significant transition any human being will ever experience. And here's what most people don't realize. Those first 7 seconds determine everything that follows. They set the tone for your entire journey into the next life. If you've ever felt curious about what lies beyond death, if you've ever wondered whether our souls simply vanish or continue on, then stay with me, because what you're about to discover might completely transform how you view life and death. Comment 777 if you're ready to uncover these profound truths. And don't forget to subscribe, because this knowledge could be the most important thing you ever learn. Now, before we dive into those first 7 seconds, let me tell you why this matters more than any other topic we could discuss. Every single person watching this video will one day experience exactly what I'm about to describe, rich or poor, young or old, believer or skeptic. Death comes to all of us, yet most of us live as though we'll never face this moment. We prepare for exams, we plan our careers, we save for retirement. But how many of us have prepared for the most certain event in our future? The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said something that should shake us to our core. He said the grave is either a garden from the gardens of paradise or a pit from the pits of hellfire. Think about that for a moment. The place where your body rests, where your soul begins its journey, becomes either bliss beyond imagination or torment beyond comprehension. But what determines which one you'll experience? What happens in those opening moments that seals your fate? The answer lies in understanding exactly what occurs when the angel of death appears to claim your soul. Picture this scene. You're lying there, your final breath about to escape your lips. Your family might be gathered around you, tears in their eyes, but suddenly you see something they cannot. Standing before you is a being of immense power and authority. This is Izrail, the angel of death, and he has come for you personally. Now, here's where it gets profound. The Qur'an tells us that this angel doesn't appear the same way to everyone. For some souls, he comes with a face of incredible beauty and light, bringing news that will fill their hearts with joy. But for others, he arrives with a terrifying countenance that strikes fear into the very depths of their being. What determines which version you'll see? Your deeds, your faith, your relationship with Allah throughout your life. The angel's appearance is the first indication of what awaits you in the afterlife. In those first few seconds, something remarkable happens. The righteous soul, the one who lived in obedience to Allah, begins to experience something beautiful. The angel speaks with gentleness, with mercy. He says words that every believer longs to hear. Come out, O good soul, to forgiveness from Allah and His pleasure. Can you imagine the relief that washes over such a soul? After a lifetime of worship, of struggle, of trying to please Allah, finally comes the confirmation that it was all worthwhile. The angel's words are like honey to this soul. They represent the ultimate validation, the ultimate success. But for the soul that lived in rebellion, that turned away from Allah's guidance, those first seconds bring a very different reality. The angel's voice carries weight and severity. He commands, "Come out, O evil soul, to the wrath of Allah and His anger." These aren't just words, they carry divine authority. They represent the beginning of accountability for a lifetime of choices. Every sin committed, every prayer abandoned, every act of disobedience now comes flooding back with crystal clarity. Here's what many people don't understand about death. It's not just the end of your physical existence, it's the moment when all pretenses fall away. You can't hide behind wealth, status, or worldly achievements anymore. The only thing that matters is what's written in your book of deeds. The Qur'an describes this moment with such vivid detail that it should make every one of us pause and reflect. Allah tells us that when death approaches the righteous, they're told, "O peaceful soul, return to your Lord, well-pleased and well-pleasing. Enter among my righteous servants and enter my paradise." But those who lived in defiance face a very different reality. Their souls are extracted with difficulty, with pain, with the knowledge that punishment awaits. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly happens during this extraction? How does the soul separate from the body? The authentic hadiths give us remarkable details about this process, and understanding it changes everything about how we should live our remaining days. The soul of the believer is drawn out gently, like water flowing from a pitcher. There's ease in this transition because this soul is returning to its Creator in a state that pleases Allah. Every cell in the body releases its grip willingly because this soul has found its true home. But for the soul of the disobedient, the extraction is described very differently. It's pulled out like thorns being ripped from wool, causing pain and distress. This soul resists leaving because it knows what awaits it. Think about this for a moment. In those first 7 seconds, as your soul is being extracted, something extraordinary occurs that most people never consider. The soul doesn't just leave the body and disappear into nothingness. No, it remains fully conscious, fully aware, more alert than it has ever been during earthly life. The moment the soul exits the body, it experiences a clarity of perception that is absolutely staggering. Imagine suddenly seeing everything with perfect vision after a lifetime of looking through foggy glass. The soul can now perceive realities that were completely hidden during physical life. It sees the angels, it understands its true condition, and it recognizes the gravity of every single choice it made while living. But here's where those first 7 seconds become even more crucial. The righteous soul, as it's being gently extracted, begins to smell the most beautiful fragrance imaginable. The Prophet, peace be upon him, described this as being more pleasant than the finest musk ever experienced on earth. This fragrance comes from paradise itself, and it's the soul's first taste of what eternal bliss feels like. Can you picture the overwhelming joy that floods through this soul? After decades of wondering whether their prayers were accepted, whether their good deeds were sufficient, whether Allah was pleased with them, they now receive the ultimate confirmation. The beautiful scent isn't just pleasant. It's a divine message that says your struggles were not in vain. Meanwhile, the disobedient soul experiences something entirely different during these same 7 seconds. Instead of beautiful fragrances, it encounters the most putrid, nauseating smell. This odor comes from the punishment that awaits, and it serves as a terrifying preview of what lies ahead. The soul recoils in horror, desperately wishing it could return to the body and make different choices. Now listen carefully to what happens next, because this detail will change how you view every remaining moment of your life. As the soul completes its extraction, it doesn't travel alone. The righteous soul is immediately surrounded by angels of mercy. These celestial beings welcome the soul with faces shining like the sun, carrying shrouds of silk from paradise and perfumes that make earthly fragrances seem like nothing. But the soul of the disobedient finds itself surrounded by angels of punishment. Their faces are dark and terrifying, carrying coarse cloth and emitting odors that cause the soul to cry out in despair. This isn't just imagery. This is the reality that awaits based on how we choose to live right now. Here's something that should make every one of us tremble with both fear and hope. In those opening seconds, the soul looks back at the body it just left and sees something that shocks it to its core. It witnesses the true state of the heart that was hidden behind flesh and blood. The believer's heart glows with light, radiating the effects of every prayer offered, every verse recited, every act of kindness performed. But the heart of the disobedient appears dark and diseased, scarred by every sin committed and every obligation neglected. These first 7 seconds reveal the ultimate truth about our existence. Every choice you make today, every prayer you offer or neglect, every kindness shown or withheld, is preparing you for that moment when the angel of death arrives. Don't wait until it's too late to transform your heart and secure your eternity with Allah.